Hey folks, welcome to another SPY options update. And what a disaster this week has been. I basically took some big losses on Wednesday and today, which is Friday. And overall, I am down $154 for the week. This represents the first week that I've lost money doing this challenge. It's kind of hard to pinpoint why, but you can see that SPY has been very volatile this week using the daily chart. And this black line is the 200-day simple moving average. So usually when the stock market is above this line, it's bullish, but on Thursday, it closed below the 200 SMA. And today, as I go into the 5-minute chart, you can see it went up and bounced off of that black line twice. That's pretty bearish, and then we started going down from there. So that's why all of my trades were bearish today. And you can see I put on these 3 0-day to expiration trades today, all expiring today, March 10th. Bear call, bear call, bear call. So they're all bear calls. The first one I made at 7:18. So that would be right around, maybe around 10:18 Eastern time. So about here. And that's because I saw the MACD moving lower, and also it bounced off of the 200 moving average shortly before. So I sold my bear calls there. And I also sold a bear call around somewhere over here. Also 0 days to expiration. That was this one here. So 387, 388 bear call. I'm basically short the 387 and I'm long 388 for protection. And I sold that at 1126 because I saw it come down. It went up, but then it stopped over here. And I was watching for this point right here, which was 387, because that's where the previous support was. And it looked like it broke right through there, came up, touched that same line, which now becomes resistance, bounced off of that. So that's when I decided to sell more call spreads or short the market, because whenever you have a retest of a resistance that was support, that's usually bearish. So I sold an at the money bear call starting at 387, and that's what this was. So overall, in terms of the trades that I made today, they mostly did fine, but it was this one that actually cost me a lot of money. I paid $32 times 6, and this was just a roll because this is a short put spread at 393, 394. Obviously, these puts were about to expire in the money today, so I basically rolled these forward to next week, 7 days from now. So I rolled out and I also rolled down, went from 394 to 390. So I rolled it down $4 on each of those pairs. And unfortunately, because the market is down so much, even though I rolled it, I had to take a loss with that roll. But going into next week, yeah, I can't say it's looking too good because if we look at the weekly chart, this is a massive red candle. That's about a 5.5% drop in a single week. And when we look at previously, what happened when we get a huge red candle is it's usually followed by more red candles, unfortunately. Like over here and also over here. That's actually a gap down with a red candle. But those are like the largest red candles I see. Even over here, there's a big red candle. The next week, although it closed higher than the previous week, it actually went down, as you can see, quite a bit before going back up. So that's kind of scary as well. And of course, we are now below the black line, the 200 SMA. So that is also bearish. And finally, the MACD looks like it's rolling over. I had thought that because it was down here so much that it would eventually pop up and be above the 0 line for a while, but it looks like that's not going to happen for much longer because by next week, it looks like it's very likely that it's going to dip back below the 0 line, which is again bearish. So for next week, I am expecting SPY to go back to its December lows and retouch like the 378 area before either going through it or bouncing. But that's my target, is 378 for next week. However, even though I am down about 0.5% this week, SPY is down a lot more. In the last 5 days or this week, SPY is down 4.52%. And it's only just 0.91% higher than what it was at the beginning of the year. Because my goal is to beat the SPY, I feel pretty okay with the results of this week. You can see this is my returns falling a little bit, and then this is SPY's returns for this week, going down almost to the 0 mark. So I'm probably going to be selling more call spreads going into next week, especially if it continues to fall further away from the black line. So let's see how things go. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll give you another update next week.